The buzz you hear in political circles this evening is over Ben Sasse and what appears to be the end of his run as a U.S. Senator. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bill Shammert. Julie is off.
I'm Rob McCartney. A search committee at the University of Florida says the Nebraska Republican is the pick, the only finalist to be the school's next president. While we've yet to hear anything from Sasse himself, he is quoted in a news release from the University of Florida as being thrilled at the opportunity. If Sasse steps down, Governor Pete Ricketts will choose the next U.S. Senator from Nebraska. KETV News Watch 7's Waverly Monroe is live to start our big story coverage at 6. Waverly.
Rob and Bill, reports say this evening that Sasse will leave the U.S. Senate in mid-December, long after the midterm elections next month, but still early enough for Pete Ricketts to be the one to name his replacement. The University of Florida dropped the news on Nebraska Republicans this afternoon, saying its search committee named Sasse the sole finalist for consideration by the university's Board of Trustees. Sasse, who is just 2 years into his second 6-year term, is quoted as saying the University of Florida is the most interesting university in America right now. The Nebraska senator already has a meeting set for Monday on the Florida campus with students and faculty. The head of Florida's search committee says Sasse has worked tirelessly to empower people to accomplish their goals, placing education at the forefront of his services to the nation. Sasse has earned a reputation for setting his own narrative, often clashing with former President Trump and his supporters. Sasse was one of the Republicans who voted to impeach Trump after the Capitol riots in 2021. Nebraska Republicans considered censuring him after that. Eric Underwood, the head of the Nebraska Republican Party, called today's news shocking and surprising. We have reached out to scores of other Republicans, and few have been available to comment. That includes Sasse and his office. So far, he's had no comment for us or for his constituents in Nebraska. We've seen only him repost the University of Florida's news release and a Florida News report on his personal Twitter account. The University of Florida's Board of Trustees will interview him on November 1st, and he must be confirmed by the Florida Board of Governors. In the newsroom, Waverly Monroe, KETV Newswatch 7.
Waverly, thank you. If Senator Sasse resigns, as it appears he will, state law gives the governor the sole power to replace him. The governor's appointee would serve until January 2025. A special election would be held in November 2024 for the seat, with the winner serving just 2 years until Senator Sasse's term would have expired with the 2026 election cycle. Ricketts, of course, leaves office as governor in January. In a statement today, he avoided comments on the appointment process, choosing instead to wish Sasse luck. The governor says he appreciates Sasse's service to Nebraska and the nation and says, quote, "We need more conservative voices in our universities."
Now, the Douglas County Republican Party says it didn't know anything about Senator Sasse possibly resigning until it hit the news today. Executive Director Chris Nelson says, "We wish Senator Sasse the best in his future endeavors and thank him for his service to Nebraska."
Before his election to the U.S. Senate, Ben Sasse was president of Midland University. It was Midland Lutheran College when he took the job. Sasse is 50 years old. He graduated from Harvard in 1994 and studied at the University of Oxford. Sasse also has a master's degree and a doctorate from Yale University. He graduated from Fremont High in 1990. We sent a breaking alert on this within moments of confirming the news. To stay ahead of the developments on this story, make sure you have the KETV mobile app downloaded on your phone. It is free in your app store.